Helping your child cope with media coverage of disasters. A video for parents. Media coverage of disasters can worry and frighten children and adolescents. Disasters can mean natural disasters like tornadoes or hurricanes, or man-made events like terrorism or mass shootings. A disaster does not have to be in your community for it to affect your child. While disaster media coverage can worry and frighten children and adolescents, as a parent, there are ways that you can help your child cope with these events. The first thing you can do is restrict or limit how much media coverage of a disaster your child sees. This is particularly important for younger children, but even for older children and adolescents, it's helpful for you to reduce and limit the amount of disaster media coverage they view as much as possible. Beyond limiting and monitoring your child's disaster media coverage, perhaps the most important thing you can do is talk to your child about that disaster media coverage. Listen to your child and honestly answer his or her questions without overwhelming your child with extra information. Begin conversations with your child if your child doesn't. Encourage your child to talk about the event. In the new media environment, with cell phones, tablets, and laptops, it may often be difficult to know what your child has seen, heard, or read about a disaster. Therefore, it's important to ask them about what they have seen. This is a good way to begin conversations about the event. Assure your child that he or she is safe and that you'll do everything you can to keep him or her safe. Comfort your child. Explain to your child that the news often focuses on the scariest part of the disasters and then repeats those parts over and over again. In addition to listening and talking to your child about the disaster, there are other steps you can take to help your child cope with the event. Take action. Disasters in the news can worry adults too. Therefore, it's important for you to understand how you think and feel about the disaster before you talk to your child about the event. This will help you be there for your child. Be aware of how you talk about the disaster with other adults when your child is nearby. You might encourage your child to look for people helping during a disaster. People like police officers, nurses, firefighters. It's often good to remember that there are good people helping during bad times. You can work with your child to find a positive way to cope with the event. For example, volunteering to help others, sending a donation to a disaster response organization, or making a card or a letter for someone affected by the disaster. It may be a good idea for your family to work together to develop a home disaster kit. Visit ready.gov for ideas about creating a family kit. Disasters can be scary, but as a parent, you can encourage and model good coping skills in your children. Having open and honest conversations about the disaster, finding ways to help, and becoming more prepared can often make your family feel better. For more information about helping your child cope with a disaster, visit tdc.missouri.edu.